Think you're dying too fast. I don't know what this song is saying. I'm trying here. Okay. I'd like first off, if I'm live, I guess I could actually check. Yeah, we're live. First off, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this live stream. It is in the chat, Casey Sutton writes, and the Shopify link. If you go through my Shopify link and order the novel, I know a lot of you guys read the short story preface, the intro to this book, Malthus, the Necromancer Unchanged. You can get your own physical copy or whatever. He actually reads it himself if you get it through audiobook. And if you use my link, you support my show absolutely free for those of you that are interested. So we're here, we're live, and we're going to be going slow. This is going to be slow. This is going to be a slower stream because I've been given a video and I was over on Kick and I'm watching the video and it alleges a bunch of things. See, here's what happened. ZAV Girl posted autopsy photos, and the stream before my last one, we went over this. And then, even though I was doing some other things, we ended up talking about the ZAV Girl situation last time on the last stream. So why does that apply to what we're going to talk about today? Well, it turns out there are creators in the community who have been calling out ZAV Girl. And once ZAV Girl got banned from Patreon, and once she got news attention, those creators who are calling out ZAV Girl deleted their own posts of people that had passed away. Videos they had profited on for a very long period of time, that had been on their channel for a very long period of time and gotten massive amounts of views back when YouTube was an open platform. The difference between YouTube being an open platform and what it is now, I'll explain to you really quick. See, when it was open, this is before 2017, if you had a channel, you could get monetized almost right away. You didn't have to have 1,000 subs. You didn't have to have any watch minutes or watch hours or anything. You just... What? What's wrong? My dog is acting crazy. Hey. Sorry, my puppy is, interrupting us. What's wrong, buddy? Come here, Bowles. Come here, buddy. Come on. Oh, you did it this time. I didn't have to go catch you. I didn't have to go catch you. Oh, see what he does? He cuddles. He sits here and like cuddles on me. Give me a kissy. Give me a kissy. Okay, there's Mom. Go get Mom. We're gonna have to talk to him. Okay, anyway, back to what I was talking about. When YouTube was an open platform, you got monetized instantly and you got the same amount of ad revenue as everybody else. So of course, somebody getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views back before 2017 equates to thousands of dollars. How do I know this? I made that money myself before 2017 on my main channel, UNIRockTv, where I had many videos that were getting up into the million views, 900,000, 800,000, and all the way down to the bottom. So I've been able to see how much money we could make back then. And I'm going to tell you now, those creators made a lot of money. And the shocking thing is, why delete it? Like, why did Heels delete the video? Why in the world not just leave it there? After seeing ZAV Girl post autopsy photos, and her video was a guy dying or dead or whatever, you know, it's gone now, so I can't watch it. But I know, in the very least, that it was him dead. It was a death scene or whatever, and posted to basically, you know, yeah, you get it. The problem is, that's not the only thing that's weird, because there are other creators who uploaded ZAV Girl's photos. We've talked about them. And other creators have been deleting videos of their own, posts of their own, and things of their own that they know would get them canceled, just like ZAV Girl got canceled, if people knew about it. So let's go ahead and watch this video and see what we can do with it, because it's a little weird. It's kind of crazy to think that someone who I still can't figure out what their criticism of me was, after that whole thing where they threatened to false strike me, and I fought back and pissed them off. And someone who has basically been like pouring out content to call out people like ZAV Girl and every tragedy pimp in the world. If this video is true, now we already know that that video was deleted from her channel because that we've seen that video. People have seen that video before. So basically, like, we knew that it was a video from 9 years ago, and whatever. So that's whatever. Whether the video being deleted or not, that's whatever. I mean, that's just there. That's just a fact. There are things that are happening, like there is a blog, and it's called Renews It. And if you go to YouTube and you type, hold on, let me get everything pulled up here so I can show you. Okay, so if you go to youtube.com and you type Renews It 2, which is the name, so let me show you here. Renews It 2, she comes up. Now, this is, you're going to probably say, oh, who cares? Well, if you go to Social Blade and you type Renews It 2, yeah. Now, what's the issue with this? Well, there's a YouTube video that just came out full of screenshots and links to archived posts that show racist posts from Renews It and Renews It 2. And then the blog itself has nothing but tragedy pimping. If you look at the blog, it's attacking family members. There's a lot of weird stuff in this video, man. I'm not even going to go over all of it. I'm just trying to process it. And then one of the most shocking parts of this is that when this all exploded, that blog got set to private. So the person who is deleting the video from this YouTube channel that used to be Renews It but was changed to Heels in the Air has gone to this blog. If they are the same person, if they're not, I have no clue how that could be possible, because there is a post on that blog that shows, I guess, that well, I'll just show it to you as we go. So what I'm going to do is like skip through this with you, and we're going to try to figure out what it is we're looking at, because that's what I've been doing over on Kick since I was told about this. And I'm just going to tell you right now, what does it mean if it's true? What does it mean if the blog belongs to this person? If the all of this checks out and ends up being true and all that, which I've already gone to the Wayback Machine to make sure that the images I looked at were real. I saw them with my own eyes. In fact, I've got it pulled up right here. Let me show you something. I'm muted. Oh shit. Yeah, my audio was out. Thank you guys. Sorry about that. I not only is my mic been acting up, I showed you the wrong one. My mouse has been acting up, and I'm back to using a Dell mouse. I got to order a new glorious mouse. Now, luckily, these gaming mouses, these gaming mices that I use are only like $50. They're very cheap for being a professional mouse, because if you look at the mices, the mices out there, you'll find these expensive mouses are like 200, 300 bucks. This one is very cheap. So I've had it for a really long time and I've gamed with it for so many hours. I guess I just have to retire it. And I think the same thing's happening with my mic, but that's okay. We're getting new equipment after this whole lawsuit thing's done with. Now, let me go ahead and use my 1982. I'm just kidding. Back then they wouldn't have had a laser, but let me use my extremely old mouse here and tell you what I said. I was basically just telling you pieces while my mic was messed up. I was telling you pieces of this that are tragedy pimping AF. And I mean through the roof tragedy pimping. So what does that mean? Not only is there racist posts allegedly linked to the YouTube channel, Heels in the Air, not only are there racist Twitter posts and all this crazy stuff this video alleges, but also the website. Here's the biggest thing. So remember the video I told you about that had like 800,000 views back when YouTube, paid lots of money for the views you got. Okay. So again, that video probably made thousands and thousands off of the death pic. Well, back when they posted that video, it was posted to this blog also, and it used the exact link that the video on that channel used. And so essentially showing that not only is there a connection there, but that there are people that have been out on Twitter alleging that Renews It is Heels, and that Heels hid herself as this Heels character in order to dodge something. Is it true? Is it not true? Who knows? We're just going to look at what's here. You can make up your own mind just like I did, and then we'll talk about something else or go offline depending on what I've got going on. So does that sound good? Does that sound like a plan? Will that make you all happy? My chat is literally messed up. Let me reload it. I can't even see what you're typing. There it is. My goodness, I thought there was only like 5 people in my chat. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Ninja. Hello, Horses. Hello, Dead GPK, R Top, Kathy, Leah. Sorry, I had to skip through. And Slim. Holy shit, what's up, Slim? Haven't seen you in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. By the way, thank you all for stopping by on 7/18 of 2023. Essentially, after this all comes out and is realized by the community, you will now know that my judgment that these specific people in the Go Lightly resuscitated community are replacing Molly Golightly. You'll know why after this video. Let's get started because I need some tea. So I'm going to play a song while I grab. Oh, no, I'm not. If you want to support my channel, it would be extremely helpful due to the fact that I'm not running a GoFundMe. I'm not out there e-begging and fraud raising or fundraising or doing any of those things. And so I have been having to work to pay for what's going on my side. So if you like my show, it's paypal.me/UNIRock, _UNIRock on Cash App. And you can actually buy the book that's in the description if you want to get a great book that's at the top of its chart on Amazon. Last time I checked, it was number 4, which is insane for the first time publishing of a full novel by an independent writer. I think supporting independent writers are a very important thing myself. So that link is in the description. In the very least, just check it out. Just click it and look at it. Even just clicking and looking at the page helps out. So anyway, if you want to support my show, that's how you do it. Now, oh, by the way, joining and all that stuff. Now we can get started with, I don't even know what to call it. Let's go. Goodness, you guys know what I did? I wasn't supposed to start this early. I wasn't supposed to start this stream for like 40 minutes. I am so dumb. It's okay. I'll eat dinner after the stream. I was going to eat dinner before the stream, but you know what? I'll just have to be a little bit hungry. So, why is this so crazy? First off, you know, when this community attacked, it wasn't shocking that people were attacking. I've said this many times. It was predicted. It was easily predicted. This is something that we've seen many times in the stories that we've covered. And for those of you that have gone and watched some of our older video essays that take the live streams and sum up what happened, or if you were there for the live streams yourself, you know that it's just a common, I'm not going to blab about it, but it's just a common thing that happens with these kind of stories, where the people in this who have disguised themselves as debunkers, who aren't really debunkers, but have disguised themselves as debunkers, come out of the woodwork at the end of a story because they're cash cow, they're locale. Due to the fact that they are there for money, they panic, they attack, they cannibalize. And this is something that we predicted. I just didn't predict the fact of the specific people that were ingrained. And the funny thing is, this actually, there are so many things that connect the not only the fact that we know that these people lie, we know that these people cause fake drama and play games to try and get things like riled up so that they can capitalize and monopolize off of it. We know that because we saw it with our own eyes. Purposely spreading dis and misinformation for their own purposes, which was probably the most shocking thing. They celebrated that and laughed about it. Now that put aside, take what we learned about them at the end of that whole thing and put it aside. If I just judge off of what I'm seeing with the post, let's say, was that video just like ZAV Girl's post? Yes. Why not make a video explaining why you hid the video, that you took it down? Why not make a video giving your side to this controversy? Seems a little strange. Maybe that will happen, but it should have already happened, in my opinion. So when I look at the contents of the Wayback Machine for this Twitter account, this blog site, and the YouTube channel. Now remember, the reason why this is so shocking, this blog site had a channel called Renews It Too, which is the same as its blog site, and it had a YouTube channel that posted stuff and linked it in their blog site. And that channel is, as I showed you, the Heels in the Air channel. So that would mean either Heels bought the channel, no, didn't happen, or something, or Heels was the person that was tragedy pimping for ever since like 2010 or 2012 or something this way, and then changed their identity as to this so that they could attack and go at Molly, because Molly was the main target, if you remember. So the racist posts attacking the family and the tragedy pimping reminds me so much of Betty and Molly and that whole group. It really begs the question, was this a person who actually got along with them or worked with them or liked them and then had some fallout or thing and then decided they would attack them? Now, that's literally what we saw this person do to me. They demanded that I react to their videos in a different way. I laughed at them instead of listening. They tried to threaten false strikes against me until they got a huge pushback from the community for that. And then, to me, I'm literally seeing what they tried to do to myself and then looking at the way they targeted Molly and them, and I'm just seeing so many parallels. Once you realize the level of tragedy pimping in this blog site and the level of racism and just BS on the other parts of this. So, I mean, that's where I'm at. That's my opinion. Of course, you can form your own. But here's the thing. I've gone through this video and I didn't put it on my screen because I didn't want any doxing or anything like that to be shown. So I've checked the video and I do not see any of that in this video. I don't see any of that. But one thing I want to do is make sure that I check the video again. Like, I just don't want to show the whole video. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. I'm going to show you what the video is saying, and I'm going to just do it slowly and methodically and give you an opinion instead of coming in here and do what I normally do, where I'm like fast and I'm like bang, bang, bang and all that. So this is going to be probably a little longer of a stream and a little more drawn out stream like I used to do. I'm not going to adhere to the 1 hour or hour and a half rule that I've been trying to follow, but I don't expect it to be a really long stream. So let's just get into what's here. Let's talk about it a little bit. Now, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked There was a reason these people cannibalized their community. There's a reason these people started to act exactly like Molly by grouping together and gatekeeping. In fact, the evidence shows that these people were grouped together the entire time. They just weren't showing it in the beginning. And because of that grouping where they favor each other and they go beyond just working together and they try to basically create a gatekeep situation where if one of them gets mad at another YouTuber, they go to their friends and get them to attack that YouTuber too and all of that. That was proven and shown in the last couple months of us reporting on that situation. Though what I think that we're seeing is a longer, going back much further kind of evidence in that concept. The gate kept, the teaming up, the spreading of rumors, the asking for these kind of favors like, hey, I got mad at this YouTuber. Will you attack them for me? Sure, because you're my friend. And then that would explain a lot of those lies and disinformation that was told. And that would explain when they celebrated that disinformation. So anyway, a lot of answers to a lot of questions. It shows how deep this is. This isn't, you know, a lot of us were speculating that there most likely was a gate-kept kind of little group of people, and we thought it was some of the clip channels that were kind of teaming up and unfairly doing this whole thing. We suspected that. Basically, this is going to be some proof to that. Let's go ahead and get started, though. So one of the articles, I'll show how... wrong mouse. I'll show you how it was, what it was. So this is the Renewsit article. I'm just checking it real quick. And basically, Trayvon Martin and the fantasy his mama embraces, okay? So this is the site where if you go and type the name of the site into Social Blade, it pulls up, of course, Heels. And then if you type it in, this is also the site that linked directly to the Heels using the exact YouTube and all that, according to the video. And it's just a lot of tragedy pimping. Just a lot of tragedy pimping. I mean, I wasn't even going to come over here and tell you guys about this until I went and typed it into YouTube and Social Blade and Google, and only thing that came back was Heels, because of course there's still a tag in there from what their old name used to be. In fact, I'll show you a picture once we get started. So here we go. So the video starts by saying this. The video discusses death scene video, autopsy photos, which basically are the same thing. An autopsy photos are pictures of the body and the things that happen, of course. The death scene video is just a video of it instead of photos. Very similar, right? Anyway, it does not include any of that film footage or the autopsy images. So I was like, okay, I'll keep watching. So then it goes to how we got here. And some of this I'm just going to read to you so that I don't have to keep switching back and forth. Essentially, though, this is the weirdness. These are the weirdness. So one of the names was Renews It Too. The other was this. And then, of course, it links to this. Okay? And they explain why. It started with the furor surrounding Zab Girl and a comment from a subscriber in Discord. So the whole Zab Girl thing was going on, and there was a bunch of videos posted about Zab Girl. And this person in Discord said, this is really crazy that this person who has a literal death video that has almost 1 million views on their channel from 9 years ago, which would have put it into that sweet spot of YouTube where you made ad money from it. And this person who many Twitter accounts have said is the same person and all this stuff, they're calling out Zab Girl while that video's on their channel, and then the video got deleted. So that was one of the issues. So let me start with a big disclaimer. I don't know this publication site. I can't vouch for it. All I know is that I Googled it, and I got a WTF moment. Me too. Me too. Anyone have clues about the stuff with Heels? And it's basically, it shows some stuff I'm not going to show. I'm not going to show it because they've censored like something, and I don't want to show you that, but you can go watch the original video if you want. Oh, by the way, the original video is how we got here from the Jerks, okay? So I guess it was like their newest video, so that's probably easy to find. The Jerks, who knows, but not a shout out, just telling you where this video's from. Okay. They basically say that they didn't believe it and they were going to go debunk it, right? That's what they claimed. They said, oh, I don't believe this to be true, so let's just go debunk it really quick. and get it out of the way. We'll show this Discord user that they're wrong about something, and we'll get it out of the way, okay? We looked for the origins of the website. Did it have any legitimate connections, journalists, freelancers, other news sites? Now, this is what really bothered me with this. We looked for the listing that include the names of editors, writers, managers, and owners. And I don't know why, but they show something that you're going to have to look at for yourself, okay? Because I'm not saying it out loud. You can go watch the original video if you want, but somebody basically went further. It says, that person didn't do blog articles from years ago. There's so much more. I won't support it. I won't go at her, but no thank you. I stand on my belief in morals. I've seen too much. It seems like this whole thing's real, but the connection of the heels thing and all that, it's not trustworthy. And they say the internet is a peculiar beast. So we've just been burned by instantly disregarding sources we did not trust. Sources who turned out to be correct. We'd barely wipe the egg off our faces. It focuses your mind. It does. Or at least it inspires you, or it pushes you to take time to reset yourself, right? You know, you get what I'm saying? So I understand why they put that in there. So we knew that Heels had a death scene video of the site where Kendrick Johnson was found, but that's not autopsy photos. We knew the other, I'm not going to read that part, but you can go watch it if you want because it's redacted. I'm not going to go to the redacted sentence. But how did this all connect with Renews It and Renews It 2 and that leaked the photo? So basically, here's the deal. The video of Kendrick Johnson, the death scene video, was on Heels in the Air's channel. It was still there after they changed their name from Renews It or whatever to Heels. It was still there from 9 years ago. Most likely because it generated ad revenue before 2017. You get me? But he says that not only did they take the video from Heels, sorry, I had to hit my vape. They took the video from Heels and they put it on their blog site and linked directly to it, showing that, yes, this is proof that this video not only has been deleted from Heels' channel, which it was deleted right when the Zab Girl controversy blew up, and then according to the video, but it also shows that that site leaked the autopsy photos of Kendrick Johnson. Got me? Those are the two issues that this guy's trying to wrestle with. He doesn't know whether autopsy photos, the thing that got Zab Girl canceled, the thing that these people have been selling online, making money off of online, not redacting, not using in a documentary and making sure it's respectful and that they blur and that they do everything they like. Okay, I give an example of this. Have you ever watched, now, did you guys know that Forensic Files 2 is now on television? I haven't got a chance to see it, but Forensic Files is one of my all-time, you okay? Come here. Come here. Come hang with me. Come on. He's too busy. I want him to sit on me like Harley. Harley used to sit right here while I was streaming. Bowser is too energetic to do it. Okay, I don't want to lose my train of thought. I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, so let's just keep going with the video and it'll come back to me because I'm dumb. Hey, I haven't got any practice, man. I've been out working in the heat. You know, making money to pay my lawyer. I haven't had any practice with streaming. I'm getting rusty here. You know, I got to get the rust off me. Okay. So how did it connect? Oh, the autopsy photos. Okay, that's what I was talking about. So Forensic Files 2. Have you guys seen it? Not me, but I want to because I love Forensic Files. Well, Forensic Files 1 had an episode where a little girl that was maybe 6 years old went outside to play and then was found dead. And they ended up locking up the mother and father for 7 years in prison, accusing them of, you know, doing that to the little girl because she had cuts all over her. And they thought that they did a satanic ritual. This was during the witch hunt thing in the 80s, this whole satanic panic in the 80s. And I'm working on a video or a live stream study of that whole thing, the satanic panic of the 80s. If you're interested in it, I'll probably do it next week or maybe in a few days. But that was the panic was so bad that they went into that family's house and found books on Dungeons and Dragons and on Wicca and decided that they must have done this to their daughter. And they used autopsy photos in order to convict them. So 8 years later, they got out of prison proven innocent because an investigator showed that the prosecutor used autopsy photos after the child was operated on in the hospital. And the prosecutor also refused to show the autopsy photos from before the child was operated on. Now, some of you may have seen this episode of Forensic Files, and if you did, you'll know that they showed a zoomed in wound of the child through the autopsy photos in the Forensic Files episode, okay? They did that to show that, compare the wound of the child that had been operated on looked like she had been cut with a knife. But if you looked at the autopsy photos from before they operated, then you'd see that there were tears, and the surgeon was the one that cleaned up the tears, thinking he could save the child and patch them together, and the child unfortunately died. My whole point is that Forensic Files is not going to get canceled like ZAV Girl, because Forensic Files spent weeks or months or however long it took to write the episode, get everything they needed to be able to document this incident into an episode, and they tastefully, respectfully, and legitimately for the purposes of education took those autopsy pictures and didn't show the whole autopsy pictures, but they used the parts of the pictures that they needed to educate and inform the audience that this couple was innocent. So this is a respectful and kind of normal way. In fact, it would be as far as to say that nobody would be mad at Forensic Files for this. And I believe they did this episode like in 95 or 98, depending on what season it was. Yes, I'm a Forensic Files nerd. But anyway, so fast forwarding to why I told you that story, there is ways that you can take sensitive material and private information or private things and show them tastefully. You also do not sell them. You don't just take them, do no work, no effort, throw them into a video that takes you 3 minutes to throw together or something, render it, and then sell it on Patreon. You actually sit down and spend large amounts of time putting together a tasteful documentary that people all for many years can look back on and literally gain education of a horrible situation that happened not only to this little girl but to her parents. Okay, so there are many different kind of paths to look at when it comes to autopsy photos and death scene photos. Are you following me? Back to what he is saying here. How did this person connect with this website and Twitter account and other forms of blog that leaked the Kendrick Johnson autopsy photos? Was it a mistake or a deliberate attack? Now, here's the deal. This person was deliberately attacking the mother and sister of this person and other family members too on this blog and on Twitter. Okay, there is even you'll see some of these racist Twitter posts in a little bit. I'm going to show some to you. But when you look at essentially the death scene post that was on Heel's channel, it was not edited. It wasn't educational. It was basically exactly like ZAV Girl's post, except it was put on YouTube instead of there. And I believe that the kid wasn't the one in that death scene, might have been older, might have been like 17 or 16 or something. But anyway, I don't know because it's deleted and I can't gain that information and it's not in the video. Now, let's get back to the video and get this done because I'm hungry because I didn't eat before this. I'm dumb. Or was Heels this actual person? Why did it matter anyway, says the video. See what I'm saying? I'm just reading it to you so that I don't have to show you everything. Well, either you think that releasing autopsy photos for your own purpose is wrong or it isn't. Now, of course, I will kind of disagree with this, but not really, because I get what they're saying. I get what the person that put this down is saying. It's not that cut and dry. You know, like I explained, there are reasons that you can show autopsy photos, death scene videos, but if you monetize them with no educational commentary, opinion, or artistic point to it, or if you monetize them behind a paywall on Patreon, that's when the criticism is going to come in. Especially the same person, now we already just know this is true, the same person who is sitting here attacking ZAV Girl with 1,000 videos so they can get a lot of money and a lot of clicks off those videos and rile a lot of people up, is the same person who monetized the death scene video. And the only difference is this is a video and these are pictures. The same concept is there, is what he's communicating. You follow me? Did I say it okay? Okay. You get me? You got me? Okay. So I'm trying to basically give you more context to this writing. Here we go. Let me skip ahead a bit. You either think that harassing the family of this past young person is wrong or you don't, according to them. Now, again, yeah, either you're evil or you're not, right? You're good or you're evil in that kind of cut and dry question. If you're going to answer the cut and dry question, right? And not elaborate. They also continue and say, and if you make your YouTube name calling out those who exploit this kind of thing, it's more than a little awkward to be accused of similar behavior. Yes. So it all starts there. This part of the criticism is true. This video was there. This video had like 800,000 views. This video was on since 2013, and it got those views while it was heavily monetized before YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing they're carrying here. By this time, there's this other news site, didn't matter anymore. The real information was right in front of us the whole time, and now they're going to show us the real information, but they're going to say some things first. So people were Googling Renews It and Renews It too, and the only thing coming up is heels. And they show that. And I showed you that too. I literally just showed you that Googling and going to, I'm sorry, Social Blade and YouTube pulls up, right? You know what I'm saying? And if this is true, what it would mean is a literal hardcore Ray Tragedy Pimp change their name on YouTube to start attacking tragedy pimps, is what this person, that's the question this person's asking or elaborating here. So let me keep moving. So then I already showed you this, but they put it into Social Blade. I literally showed you me typing it into Social Blade. And the reason this happens on Social Blade is if my original YouTube channel was Bowser the Puppy 5010, okay? And then I changed it to UNIRock. You know, 10 years later, you could go search Bowser the Puppy 5010 on Social Blade and it's going to pull me up because it's going to pull up the same channel. It's the same channel. I just changed the name of my channel, and that's why. You know what I'm saying? That's the concept here that they're trying to communicate. If my mic goes out, tell me with those little stop signs in the chat, okay? If I bump it, it might, but it looks like if I don't bump it, it's doing okay. So, and this is the big one. This is the big one. They say, peep that URL. But they go to Social Blade and look at the URL on Social Blade or something, or I don't know where they got this from, but they say, peep that URL, and that's what the URL is. It's back when it was user. Will do, Wicked. Oh, so I guess breaking news. She put the video back up, and is the time length different? Maybe it was edited. I don't know. We're just reacting to this video. We'll have to update it later. But thank you, Wicked. I appreciate that. So they conclude, and I'm saying that they conclude, okay? So just so you know, they basically are saying, in their opinion, they have made up their mind from what they've shown you, that there is too many different search engines that have this thing in it for them. And is the thing working, guys? Streamlabs is working? Oh, excellent. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Adele. You like my synopsis? That's what I do. I make synopsises in my head, and when I go live, I just dump them on you. That's my job. Okay, I'm done being silly. Hey, Wicked, do me a solid. Make sure you share my links for me, okay? Definitely share my links. All right. PayPal. Cash App. Yeah. They conclude that Heels is Renews It 2. But could we show the link between Renews It 2 and Renews It without something else? Now, basically what they're saying is that they have a name and they don't want to show that name to all of us. But if they use that name, it pulls Renews It 2 and Renews It and Heels and shows that they're all connected. Okay? So I, myself, of course, don't want to show you any private information on anybody. So that's why, you know, I'm reading it to you. I'm just making, I've already gone through the whole thing and I didn't see any private information whatsoever. They had censored everything. I'm just saying, and it's on YouTube and it's fine. I just always try to be a little more careful, as you know, because I get attacked by people constantly. All right. All right. So then they say we need to go back to the first videos posted on Renews It 2 before it was renamed Heels in the Air, the YouTube channel. And they do. But after 9 years on that account, suddenly the death scene video was gone. So they're showing, and I actually went and looked myself and it was gone. They're showing that it was gone. When I went and looked, I couldn't see it. So I also think now this person claims and took this screenshot on Friday, and they claim that the video was there Friday until the whole thing blew up with ZAV Girl, and then the video was removed. Whether the video goes back up or not, it's really weird that anything like this is happening. It's really weird. It's really cray-cray. But they do a little more, and they're going to show you a little more stuff that they have. Let's take a look at it. So they go and take a screenshot on Thursday, July 13th, and they showed that it's there. And if you look at the screenshot from before that, it's not there, is the point that he's making here. Though they go and take the URL and search it, and it was still in the Google cache. Now, what Google does, they will cache websites, essentially meaning they go and grab details about websites so that they can load it into their search engine to make their search engine much faster. That way, their search engine is already ready for key, high traffic, or just any search that they can store. So they searched in the Google cache, or they searched the cache of Google somehow, or whatever they did. It ended up, or they're saying that they searched the URL, and because it was cached, it came up. And by putting the URL in, this comes up showing that even though the video was gone off the YouTube channel, you could still go to Google, search it, and it would pull the details of the video from the YouTube channel. Because it's not pulling it directly from YouTube, it's already saved it. Once Google looks and sees that it's been changed, then Google typically will change the cache of the search engine. Got me? Do you get me? Do you got me? Good, because I'm talking nerd stuff, baby. And you're probably not as nerdy as me. Oh no. Oh no, my power. It's lightning and my power is flickering. If I go out, that's why. Now, if I do cut out, remember, you can support me on PayPal if you like me. And if you hate me, you can support me on Cash App. Okay. Oh, no, wrong button. This button. Okay. You better start hitting the right button. This is your first day back on the job. I will not pay you, and I will fire you. I will fire you like I've done several times if you keep messing up. Wrong button, busy. So when they hit the cache, they got this. It's just a screenshot showing that it's been age restricted, probably more recently because of the search engine, but whatever. Then, of course, they show that when you go there, it showed that it was set to private. So it was set to private while everybody was mad at ZAV Girl. And somebody is telling me that it's been put back on public. Whether it has or whether it hasn't, I don't know because I'm streaming. But maybe it's because people are starting to find out about this and they went ahead and panicked and put it back to public. I think leaving it on private would have probably been a better idea because when you realize that this person is flipping it back and forth and doing all this crazy hiding of things and stuff like that, it just makes them look way more guilty than they already are and than they already look. Because again, there's parts of this that are proven And then there are parts of this that aren't. And of course, you'll say to yourself, what good would it do to private the video Friday with all that controversy happening around autopsy photos and autopsy videos or pictures or whatever? Looking at people monetizing and uploading and having these types of things, literally just stealing a video or just throwing it in as fast as they can to make money. That's what the exploitation is. That part of it, not in a documentary that's tastefully done and censored, right? So anyway, while everybody's mad at ZAV Girl and while there's a big group of people angry about this, they don't want to be included in it. So they thought, we're going to hide this. And then maybe when things die down, we can throw it back up and nobody will notice or something. I don't know. I don't know. But that's what they're implying here. So then they say maybe we can make the connection between Heels and these sites from the opposite direction. And they go to the Internet Archive for Renews It. And the Internet Archive is full of stuff for Renews It. I went, searched it, and pulled up the Internet Archive for Renews It, and that's where I got this. This is the Internet Archive. This is the Internet Archive for this story that was very controversial due to the fact that it is a story of a blogger tragedy pimping this situation, not giving an opinion on it, not breaking it down in some kind of acceptable way. Again, the author themselves admits, look, I know that it looks like this, or I know that people will say I'm gone too far or something, but, you know, and they make excuses. So even the author themselves, if you go and read it, and I'm going to, if the power stays on, read you parts of it later anyway, it is literal tragedy pimping from 2013 personified. It's OG tragedy pimping, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you can't cover this story, and I'm not saying you can't cover this story from a political skew and it just be tragedy pimping. I'm saying that the fact that you attack the family and make these, there's a judgment in this where they say the mother must have already gotten over it and then decided that they were going to make some money off of this. And they come to that conclusion, right? With no evidence, just by because they don't like the mother and the sister. They don't like somebody, most likely because they had a bad interaction with someone or something. Weird. That sounds really coincidental to things that have happened lately. But just showing you that they're going to dive into the Wayback Machine. And if you don't know what the Wayback Machine is, ever since the internet started, certain websites popped up where you could archive a website because there were so many websites. And if a website got deleted, people wanted to know what that website said before the server went down. Because again, a website is a computer. Sometimes you'll have a server that hosts many websites. Sometimes you'll just have a single computer hosting a website. But either way, if a computer goes down, if the server breaks, if they shut it down, if they run out of money, you won't be able to see the website. So a very popular thing happened when archive sites popped up. As social media developed to social media sites, YouTube, video hosting sites, and other forms of internet, sophistication, I'll say, the archive sites started to have methods to archive everything. You could take a website URL, throw it in the archive, and it would show the date and the time that you saved it and put an image of that so that you could have it for later if you needed it for anything, whether it be because you liked it, because you want to use it in a lawsuit, you want to use it in a YouTube video, you want to have proof that the website was there in the future, right? A lot of people just want to make sure that they don't like this person saying racist stuff on this Twitter account. We're going to archive it, and when they try to deny it was them, we'll have the Internet Archive to be able to prove that they were going around espousing racist BS on the internet constantly. And that is part of this story, but anyway, we'll keep moving. Just so you know, that's what an archive site does. The Wayback Machine is a very popular archive site. Now, some people don't like it, and they've decided to use other sites that archive. Either way, there are many archive sites that you can use. Now, they show this site on the archive, and they say, let's see what's under Kendrick Johnson case. And they have it highlighted here. Let me go ahead and full screen this. Did FSU value their reputation more than Brian Bell? I don't even know what that means. Updates at the bottom for case information and articles in chronological order. And then they scroll down to the bottom, which is really far. And it basically just shows a lot of articles and a lot of stuff, like a lot of different articles from the Kendrick Johnson case on this website, Renews It. Kendrick Johnson's mother isn't buying what? Comments on Kendrick Johnson case, those wild and wonderful Johnsons. This is literally evidence, I'll show it to you, that this site, this person, this blogger who made a YouTube channel and named it after their blog and then changed the name to Heels in the Air. Are you seeing what's there? You seeing this? Tragedy pimped this case to attack family members that survived and had to grieve. While they were grieving, and they admit that in some of their articles, that they were grieving while they were, doing what they were doing. And they switch it and says, that looks familiar. Oh, because what? Is it it's the video, yes. So they're also showing that this is the Heels in the Air video. Right there. That's the Heels in the Air video right there. Again, you can go to this video and watch it yourself. I've already shown you what the video is. And it says Sunday, May 11th, 2014, Kendrick Johnson death scene video. This is the crime scene video taken by James Thornton, criminalist for the Valdosta Low-Dense Regional Crime Lab. His report details the scene. See more reports and other information on the Kendrick case here. Weird. It's almost like that's exactly what ZAV Girl did and got canceled for by requesting records from a case and then monetizing it on the internet. Very strange. Maybe that's why it was privated. Wow. I'm starting to understand this video and what it's saying. I'm smart enough to understand the video. And he centers on the death scene video, of course, the one that is on Heels channel that before she named it Heels. Busy? Stop pressing the wrong button. It's not my fault. You got the controls. You're the one on the soundboard. They go a little further to show you a link where it shows the video and article and link from the Renews It site to the YouTube channel. So basically, it looks like the YouTube channel was used to host the video so that the article could be written on Renews It is what they're showing, because in the order they've shown it, that's what I concluded. That's what I concluded they were trying to communicate by showing these in that order, just so you know. That's my opinion. Now, of course, in the Wayback Machine, they don't save the actual video. They just save the website. So it says here, attempts to archive this video failed, of course. And, of course, they go to show you that this is the same URL. Okay, so listen to me. Renews It 2 is, there is a link when you go to this YouTube channel. That link takes you to Heels' exact video. The link is youtube.com// and a bunch of letters. All of those letters are the same for Renews It video, and it's exactly the same for it on Heels channel, and it's exactly the same on this channel, meaning the further proof, even more than we already have. So this is like proof number 28 that Heels in the Air channel is Renews It with a name change. You feel me? That's what the video is saying. Okay. They then say, so the Renews It archive has a video, the same link with the same title, named under Renews It 2, the same name as Heels URL. And basically, you can't do that. If it was a different YouTube video, like on a different channel, it would have a different URL. You can't have the same URL like that. It doesn't work that way. So then they say it had 50,000 views in 2015, and that works out nicely for the 700,000 on the video recently set to private. Oh, and they all have exactly the same URL, which, you know, they want to stress this point because it is what means it can't be denied. They keep showing that this URL is also connected to the person's name and everything else, just so you know. And they say, what are the odds? What are the odds all of these things are the way they are, but Heels, the person running the Heels channel, is not the person running this website. That's what they're trying to say, okay? I'm sure Heels will come out and admit it's her website, admit that she changed the name and all that stuff, and just say, yeah, it's me, who cares? I'm sure that's what'll happen, but they say it's a solid link between Renews It 2, and Heels, but no way back to Autopsy photos. Now, here's the deal. One of the major issues here is that not only did the YouTube channel essentially do everything that ZAV Girl did, but the website did worse, because the website not only posted the video, the website posted the literal autopsy photos with ads on it. Got me? They go back to Google for more info, and it just is a bunch of stuff that just links all this together, just so you know. And it's really weird because it says WordPress.com, and it says WCTV reports on a cyber harassing blogger. So Jackie Johnson says last Thursday, those autopsy reports showed up on the website Renews It, a blog that posts evidence anonymously. And if you go and look at this article, it's right here. It says, we've seen it over and over again when law enforcement releases information to the media. Written autopsy reports are included, but never autopsy photos. We get the drawings of a body showing wounds, but not actual photos. Now, you know those drawings, and then it'll have like a little, it'll be like a chalked little thing, and it'll have like a red thing here to show that there's a wound there and a wound there. Or it's like a pencil outline, and it's got some red stuff showing where the wounds are. Okay, you understand what they're meaning here. It's not a painting that looks exactly like the photo. It's just a sketch to say, we're not going to show you the pictures to respect the family, to respect the victim, and so that they don't leak out, so that pervs don't get them. All those things that we fear happening, we are just going to show you a little drawing so that you have enough information to pass on as the media or as a YouTuber or as a blogger to the people that you're trying to reach. Because you can get the same amount of information passed whether you speak it, whether you show a tiny sketch, or whether you show the pictures. So there's literally no reason to post the pictures, to post a death scene, to post these things. There's no reason to, other than exploitation, monetization, clicks and subs, or whatever else you're trying to strive for, right? And that is outside of that little speech I gave about forensic files, where there are acceptable ways to censor, shrink down, only when necessary, certain aspects of these things. Okay. To continue with this thing I showed you, at trial is where the photos are shown to the jury. When those trials are live streamed, the public seldom sees the photos because they are not nice. Medical examiners explain the autopsy. The photos are not left to the opinions of lay people because they shouldn't be. Obviously. That, however, did not stop a blogger from not only obtaining the photos, but also giving her opinion on what they show and challenging the mother of the teen to prove her wrong. That person is the blogger we're talking about. The one who YouTube channel Renews It changed to Heels, just so you know you got this whole thing together. Again, I'm telling you what the video is saying. God knows if there is some weird lightning bolt excuse for this. I was buying YouTube channels, so I must have bought that blogger's YouTube channel or something, or whatever. Why did you leave the video on it then? Who knows? Okay, but they continue. The video on the link for WCTV reports that they reached out to the blogger, but have not received a response. I urge you to watch the video. It includes an interview with Kendrick's mom, Jackie. Kendrick's mom told WCTV that she blocked this person with the blog on Twitter after constant harassment. Got me? And doesn't know why the person is attacking her family. That's tragedy pimping. That, all of this blog, the posting of the death video, the posting of these things on the video, on the YouTube channel that turned into the Heels channel, all of this is tragedy pimping. That's why we say tragedy pimping, so that we don't have to explain all of the horrible things over and over and over that they've done. Got me? And this being the first time that we've said this, the mother of the teen says that this person got on Twitter under Renews It, the same name as the YouTube channel that turned into Heels, the same name as the blogger, and attacked her over and over until this person had to block Renews It on Twitter. Renews It also was banned from Twitter 3 or 4 different times for violating TOS. Okay? And several people on Twitter claim that the Heels Twitter account is that person, Renews It, changing their identity so that they can continue doing something on the internet under a different identity. And you'll see that in this video, but let's get there. The video shows the interview, and the person with the blog and Twitter had a constant harassment and doesn't know why they're attacking her family. WCTV reports. On January 14 of 2013, 3 days after Kendrick Johnson was found inside a rolled-up gym mat at Loads High School, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations did an autopsy on the teen's body. Jackie Johnson says last Thursday. Those autopsy reports showed up on the website Renews It, a blog that anonymous posts evidence and theories on national stories. And what else they found came as a shock. This literally is the same thing that happened to ZAV Girl, right? ZAV Girl did this, and then these sites went out, news sites and other sites and YouTubers went out and covered it because they were disgusted. Even 14 million subscriber YouTuber Penguins or Moist Critical covered this, and it got millions of views. And we went over that in our last stream. If you haven't seen that, make sure you watch it. We reacted to the video because I had more information than Penguins did. I was kind of more plugged in on the story than he was, and I was commentating throughout it. So if you haven't seen that, it's in my last stream. Continuing, it's only anonymous to those who have not been harassed and threatened by the cyber extortionist cult. They call the person a cult. This explains so much. The blogger is, I'm not going to read it. Well, it's censored, but it shows the first initials. Sometimes spelled differently on Twitter. They got the autopsy photos and claimed that the attorney, Benjamin Crump, lied about the independent autopsy. She is associated with others who publicly announced their mission against the black grievance industry, which they refers to as the BGI. The black grievance industry. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Do any of you know the BGI? What is that? So then the video goes on to say, a blogger, I'd prefer something more legit, but they are linking to WCTV, a local news station since 1955. So this is a news site that they're linking to, right? That story is a news site, which is ironic that this person's calling out ZAV Girl, and if you look in the past, this is there. This is insane. It's almost like, hey, this happened to me, so now I'm going to attack you, and I'm going to be a part of attacking you, even though I shouldn't because it's hypocritical as hell. Anyway. Of course, the link is a 404, but you can see the URL. And it's to the WCTV.tv thing. Internet Archive doesn't have the video, but if you scroll down, it has an article about the video. So there was a video done on WCTV, I guess is what they're saying, and someone saved it on the Internet Archive. And because it's on the Internet Archive, as I explained earlier in my nerd rant, I don't want to do another one. You don't either. You don't want me to either. And I explained videos typically do not get archived from these kind of sources, okay? They only grab the website itself, the code of the website, so that they can archive it for later. So let's see what this art. I hope they show this article because maybe it's the same article, but if not, we'll see. Oh, no, we have the article. Okay. On January 14, 3 days after Kendrick Johnson was found. Okay, it is the article. No, it's different. Rolled up, and the Georgia Bureau of Investigations did an autopsy on the teen's body. Jackie Johnson says last Thursday the report showed the website Renews It, a blog that anonymously posts evidence and theories on national stories that they found. Shock. So then they go on to say, my sister was going online to look for a shoe. What KJ was allegedly looking for and what she scrolled over, and there was a picture of Kendrick's autopsy on the page, says Jackie Johnson, Kendrick's mother. Johnson says she blocked the website's host on Twitter after constant harassment and doesn't know why the webmaster is attacking her family. Huh. She adds, it's hurtful because that's still my child at the end of the day. And who that has a heart could do something like this? A tragedy pimp could. They do all the time. According to the Georgia law, access to crime scene photos and videos in state or local agencies' custody is restricted if those photos show the person in a state of dismemberment or mutilation. The family's attorney, Shavina King, says they are exploring their legal options. Again, the family is going to consider suing the fact that this was released. Just like in the ZAV Girl situation, but this is back in 2014. According to KJ's father, in the meantime, his family will keep fighting for answers. She is not really an issue. It's just sad that she would go that far to put out pictures of a young man like that. The mother is saying the same thing that the father said about Zab Girl's situation. This is literally insane. This is like a repeat. This is history freaking repeating. Ninja says it's like the blueprint. Exactly. Ninja, that's the best way to say it. This is a blueprint for Zab Girl. But what's crazy is the person that was either, that all evidence points that is this person who did this, or in the very least made a YouTube channel and worked with the person who did this and hosted videos for them. I don't believe that at all, by the way. I do believe that it is her, but that's my opinion. Now, the crazy thing here is that they made a bunch of videos going at Zab Girl for what you exactly see here. It's nuts. WCTV has reached out to the ReNews webmaster about how the photos were obtained and why they were posted, but so far we have not received a response. Very cowardly. Very cowardly. Very cowardly. Let's get this done, y'all. We're almost done. So back at the blog, we discovered why there are no autopsy photos on the archive. More links connecting this Heels to Renews It, and a forum post by Renews It confirms that they received the photos. And it shows that it's like a breakdown. I'm not going to show it. You can go watch the video if you want to see it, but it's a breakdown where they highlight where it shows that this is true. Okay? This part of it. Hot new blog hits the news blogosphere. Renews It, taking on media bias. Don't believe everything they tell you. And it says, I've enjoyed getting to know the person that runs this place when she guest blogged here and appreciated her contribution. She has her blogger's wings now and is bound to be a big hit with this terrific new blog that turned out to be nothing but a tragedy pimping paradise. It looks great and a resource on media bias and BS is needed. Much luck to the person as they go forward with the blog. And it says, this is a radio news blog sharing things, and the media lynching of Zimmerman and by who Heels, as this video, thinks. Trayvon Martin forced George Cinnamon to shoot him after a vicious attack by the same person. Roland Martin in a hoodie menacing black man, or deranged Keebler elf by the same person. And it shows a post that says, I no longer have any Twitter accounts to tweet from, and I'm over it, frankly. This is the person. This is them. Y'all, no, I've never come here pasting my blog all over the place. It's not my style, but I'm asking for a favor, please. If you have a Twitter account, retweet this for me. Funny how we wrote these the same day, but with Sabrina about to testify, I think it's important people know who she and her son are. What? You're attacking the family of this kid that passed, the teenager that passed. It's insane. It's insane. You can do more research. There is so much more out there that she has done. Well, I will, but just so you know, this is my first day seeing this. I also have been part-time working, and I do edited videos mainly now. I haven't been streaming mainly. I've been editing videos and doing that mainly. So I will look into this more, and I will inform you guys on any updates that we have, okay? It's just going to take time. So if you want me to continue doing that, subscribe, share, like this thing, or if you want to support my show, I'm going to type it in. you know, I'll take a look at everything, but, you know, I don't want any private information on anybody, myself, and I'm just putting out a disclaimer. I'm not saying anything, but I don't want to see any of that myself, and I really don't have to show a lot of what these people are, because they already exposed themselves at the end of the Dre and the Molly situation. So everybody already knows what and who these people are. They know that they're willing to lie, they're willing to start drama, petty drama, and attack people and just play these games for donos, tips, and for clicks. It's very obvious that this is just, they take all of this too seriously, and this is some kind of vendetta, it's some kind of mission, it's some kind of lolcow thing that they're on. And so it's very just, it's not really all that interesting where I would put a lot of time into it, but I would make a video and upload it to my main channel showing the determination of everything. I would look at, you know, the information and what it shows, put it into a video on UNIRock 2, and that way it's another video out there that would help people not be caught up, because these people are two-faced. They are basically these kind of vindictive, tragedy pimping, lying, doxing, misinformation spreading trolls that go around creating a bunch of these accounts, these like clip accounts, so they can attack people that they don't like, and they just try their best to make it look like they're standing on a moral high ground while they do it to get people to back them. It's like, yo, you know, we're doing something to expose these people, haha, and they go in and go crazy with it. And it's just a waste of time, and it's pathetic. So it would make a really good video, though, on UNIRock 2. So I will do a few streams about it and then upload a video, though. So continuing, though, to get this done, apart from the autopsy photo story that's just resurfaced and obviously is a basis in fact, why is Heels so keen to distance herself from Renews It? Asks this person. Apart from her multitude of Twitter accounts, and they have, they show stuff. Maybe it's the memes mocking parents of dead children on Renews It. So they, yeah, this is crazy. Michael Brown case memes. Wow. Yeah, this is literally a tragedy pimping blog paradise. No joke. And again, it's incredible that Heels' original channel name was this blog's name. Wow. I think we now know why she started to target Molly. I think we now know why she did what she did and acted how she acted. You know, people don't change the people like this, because that's why they use their mask. It's why they constantly change personalities and things. It's why they hide behind anonymous accounts constantly, right? They have masks that they can keep putting on, and because they use those masks, they never grow, they never change, they never learn, they never, you know, go further. They're just stuck in that same kind of place, right? Yeah, but I will gladly look at the evidence, look at what's there, form it into, you know, the truth, the story that shows what's really happening, and I will gladly upload it to UNIRock 2 and get it some attention as much as I can give it. I don't think it's going to get a lot of attention. We're not talking about a big YouTuber. We're not talking about a big situation, but it's perfect to show that ZAV Girl, you know, when Heels attacked me, it was pure hypocrisy. There were so many videos on her channel where she had called out tragedy pimps for doing the same thing she threatened my channel, threatened me with, over literally nothing. Just, she got set off. She got mad at my girlfriend because my girlfriend went out on Twitter and gave her opinion. She was my girlfriend at the time. She's my wife now, but she got mad at my girlfriend at the time for giving her opinion on Twitter. And honestly, she got so mad at her, even though I'm sitting there like, when I'm live, and I was originally interacting with her in my chat when she got mad at me. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do whatever you want. That's fine. I won't show your channel anymore if that's what you want. I was completely, you know, open to giving her what she wanted, as long as it was reasonable, right? And so The reason she came at me and attacked me is because she developed an anger against my now wife. She got that stuck on that, you know? Crazy. It's like you're saying that you can threaten me with a false strike, and then you're gonna try to silence my girlfriend or punish her for giving her opinion. No, you're not. And I went against it. You know, I went up and talked about it. I went out and told you all what was happening. I didn't hide anything. I didn't, you know, scrub anything under the rug or anything. And it's why she employed nonsense and others to come at me. That's why. That's why they tried to wield every place they could to go against us, which is exactly what I wanted them to do. These people get this weird thing in their head that I'm here for some other reason than to truly document what's going on. And if the truth is that heels is a Molly Golightly and nonsense is a Molly Golightly, yeah, come out and attack me. Prove that you're a Molly Golightly. Gatekeep your community. Prove that you're working with a bunch of people to spread narratives and nonsense and BS and misinformation so that I can put it down as truth and get it down, right? So I'm glad that they decided to do what they did. They had to do it to get the truth out of the situation. He shows even more proof that this individual attacks memes and goes at people. In fact, I would say this person is worse than Molly Golightly. And now we're going to get up to the Ray Ray stuff. So, warning to anyone out there that would be sensitive to me showing you what you're about to see. But let's get into the Ray Ray, which is the racist stuff. At the end, near the end of this video. Reminder, I'm now streaming semi-regularly. I'm not doing it every day because I don't want to overwhelm you anyway. And also, I want to be able to put the focus on the projects I'm working on. Though, I am here semi-regularly. So if you want to hang during my streams, keep an eye out for them now because a lot of the peeps aren't keeping an eye out. They'll start getting notifications as we stream more. So also keep an eye out on UNIRock too, okay? And subscribe and check the bell because I didn't upload for a few weeks. I was working and doing some stuff. Well, I did live stream, but my point a couple times. But it was you know just a couple times in a couple week period. You know, so you may have to re-ring the bell if you want to come to the live streams. If you don't ring it. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get into this. Let's show you this and let's move on because I want to do some stuff. Kind of want to go play some video games on Kick if it's not too late. We were playing Zelda. Come on, man. Where's my clock? 8:14. All right, let's get this done. So, they say the Brown family in Geneva, and these are the memes that is posted on this blog account, okay? And it says, I know I said match the jacket, not the shirt. The other guy says, she got a thing about the shirts though, man. Okay? I don't know. I'd rate that a 2. It says maybe it's the tweets that have a theme, and the theme is here's one of them. You know, this is just, I think this is a political tweet. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. I don't know what this has to do with what she's looking at. Really weird. Like, it's just boomer memes, man. And that makes perfect sense because when she got mad at me, she didn't even understand that on purpose I use MS Paint when I draw things. It's supposed to look basic. It's supposed to look like crayons. And she was like, you need to use something that looks good instead of that crappy thing. Not getting the meme of the situation. So it does make sense that she's been boomer memeing since 2013. I will say that it makes sense. Boomer memeing. She needs to put like right under where it says her name of her channel. Boomer memeing since 2013. Oh yeah, this is Ray Ray as hell. Boomer memeing Ray Ray memes. So she then says, just an FYI, and it says, did you know that sagging pants originated in jail? The inmates would purposely sag as a sign that they were available to other inmates for sex. Actually, that's Ray Ray. Because sagging pants came because people didn't have a lot of money. and they would take the jeans and the clothes of the older sibling and pass them down to the younger sibling. And so that, you know, even teenagers would do this, even adults would do this. And what would happen is people would have bigger clothes and it would sag. And it was a thing with poor people, but it did kind of merge into culture. And then people started to do it as a cultural thing. So as like a fashion statement, but it didn't emerge in that way. It just factually did not. Okay. And I don't know how anybody wouldn't recognize that. It's just so obvious how sagging and oversized clothes emerged as a fashion trend. The thing that people were forced to wear because of their, you know, lack of money and because they were broke and stuff, they took their like really expensive clothes, if they ever kind of like moved forward with that, and carried the same kind of look. But I mean, yes, I'm sure that this could be a thing, but it didn't originate that way. It did not originate that way, and it's very Ray Ray. That is very Ray Ray. I'll agree. And it's just constant. Al Sharpton's recommendation, this guy will replace DS with replace AG. And I mean, it's constant. It's constant. You just can see that this is like, you know. And then this one, the parents go before United Nations to talk about race relations and violence in the U.S. And it says, perjure we must, and we must about that be committed. Got it? I mean, Lordy, I feel like Bullhorn Betty is in the house. And then we got this one. It says, she dressed you, didn't she? And then the guy says, yeah, bruh, she ain't think the weave joke was funny. Yeah. Yeah. And then the video continues, or maybe it's because although the last public posts are years old, it is still active in 2023. Now here's the best part. This site is still active. It's still going on. And if you go to the site, it is locked down. It's locked down. You cannot, if you go there, you can only look at it if you've been invited. It's for the invited readers only. Okay. Now, some people are making the connection. So if you go look on Twitter, someone says racist who runs Heels in the Air is also on. She's been on there since 2016 with the deplorable cover photo. She recently locked her account down so that her Heels in the Air friends won't see that she's a Ray Ray. This is a Twitter post from someone. I'm just reading it to you. And we've got the same person who has 4 accounts suspended on Twitter for violating TOS is back on Twitter under the Heels on the Air. She harassed the families of Trayvon, Kendrick, and Sean. And I don't care about Sean King. That guy is just evil. But anyway, you still shouldn't harass them. You should never harass anybody, because then you're just as bad as they are. And I've been saying this the entire time I've been online. Ridiculous. And it's just, they show a lot more evidence and stuff. And if you want to see it, you can go watch it. Post edited for length. A lot of sites feel quite secure in naming Renews It as the leaker of autopsy photos. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. Even though the autopsy photos are gone and they can't see them, there are posts criticizing Renews It for leaking autopsy photos on the blog. Okay? An investigative blogger has accused a key figure in the Black Lives Matter movement of misleading media icon Oprah Winfrey by pretending to be biracial in order to qualify for an Oprah scholarship to historically black Morehouse College. The blogger says he's white and he's been lying about his ethnicity for years, and it goes on and shows more and more. I don't even care about this post. I'm just trying to get through this to the end. And I can't imagine the mentality it takes to say that the father of a dead child whose autopsy photos you leaked on your website was trying to win the race hoax lottery. And that's from the, again, I'm reading the video. It says even more. It says that the conservative blogger admittedly stalked him and his family. And after a dust up with conservative blogger Chuck Johnson over the killing of Michael Brown, this person uses mostly circumstantial evidence to prove King is white, although King claims to be biracial. I don't know if he's biracial or not. I don't care. And the other highlighted part, I decided to research him on a personal level. I've never believed him to be black, which means he has no right to call me or anyone else racist because they've said mean things about him. It is my opinion the reason he has never been outed for his scams is because of his pastor status. Likely the celebrities duped don't want to be associated. Any white person going after the credibility of a black pastor can expect to have their racist ass handed to them on a silver offering platter. Been there, done that. You know, I don't care about this part. It just seems political and politicized. So the email we sent after everyone started coming forward with the things they had discovered linking heels with this site, several other creators emailed her too, and it says, "Hi Heels, I'm contacting you for a comment on the recent public of you. It seems obvious why they would try to reveal your name and besmirch your character, and our first instinct was to regard what he was saying. However, once it was confirmed that that was your real identity and we saw the media connected with the name, we became more confused. We know that it's the same name connected to Heels in the air by legal documents. Your work in exposing the worst aspects of the true crime community is respected and on point. Not completely. Not completely. I get why you may write that to her, but if a person only 90% of the time targets a bad person so that they can attack them and bring them down for tragedy pimping, then though, if they get a vendetta or a grudge and try to use that platform to fulfill and satisfy that grudge and lie about it and threaten false strikes and do all the other things that is proven that she did, it's not good. Because she's using an easy method, an easy thing she can do. Clip a couple videos from these people, put it into a video, and then say, hey, I did an artistic work. If you remember, she said that, and we laughed at her for it. You do that, which takes a few minutes to be able to do that on your phone and then publish it with no editing and without any type of like cutting and speech and all that added in. Then that is you doing that so that you can have a platform to abuse for your power. But anyway, they continue on with, let's get a song going here. BuzzFeed, Salon, and Snopes describe you as, and your work with Breitbart tends to support their claim. As does your podcast work. I actually meant radio news as mentioned earlier. This thread lists some of your associations and your multiple suspensions from Twitter. I suppose our question is, why have you tried so hard to separate your past from Heels in the Air? If you truly believe your position, why hide it? If you've had a change of heart, why not make that clear? As I stated in the beginning, we're wondering if you had any comment to make on this information, and that's the email that they sent to Heels. So let's see if there's a response. This was the reply. So you know what? How? I would love to see the legal paperwork, lol. As Laura says, I'll wait. Wait a minute. So you didn't say you're not, you didn't address any of it? You realize that there is massive information showing that you are this person. If you were mad at someone else over something, you would be demanding that they say something or be demanding that they do something here. And your response doesn't claim not to be or claim to be that person, that's suspicious AF. I'm like 99.99.9999% now on this. Why didn't you just type, it's not me if it's not you? Because you couldn't. Because you're worried that you typing that and then, you know, evidence and information coming out will ping you. It'll make you look worse. Let me just give you a news flash. You could have lied to this guy and been caught lying to this guy. All the stuff you've done, all the tragedy pimping, all the Ray stuff and all this other stuff you've done is way worse than you lying in an email like this. You should have just lied. You donezo. You done. It's over. Selective outrage is just a regular old hypocrisy dressed up in a fancy suit, and that's exactly what she is. Dress yourself up in the suit of a debunker by constantly grabbing little clips of a tragedy pimp pimping and saying that they're bad so that you can use whatever following or whatever, you know, thing that you, whatever credibility, which you shouldn't have credibility. It's just lol-cow insanity that you would have any credibility. People are just taking this shit way too seriously if you're giving any YouTuber who talks about this credibility. We are giving an opinion. We are reporting. We are not our personal selves. Wake up. Come on. Right? We are giving our personal opinions, but We are not ourselves on this screen. This is a screen. This is a recording you're looking at. Okay? Just because someone makes a YouTube video, it doesn't give them any credibility. So I just saw a little puppy nose. Gotcha. Gotcha, sneaky stink. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Oh. The bestie puppy ever. Say hi to everybody. You're caught. Hold on. Say hi. Hello, everybody. It's me. I'm Bowser. Hello. Thanks for saying hi, okay? You know why? You know why he's coming up to me, right? You know why he's coming up to me, right? Because it's time. It's time. You either believe that leaking Autopsy photos is wrong, or you don't. You think harassing the families of dead children is wrong, or you don't. It's that simple. You know, I after looking at this whole video, I'm going to take back what I said on Kick. I like that. I like what you did there. I just didn't understand what you were doing, but now that I do, I like it. Now, what I was going to do is read an article to you proving that they are an absolute disgusting tragedy pimp. And I will do that in my next stream because we just hit the hour-and-a-half mark. My dog needs to go potty and he keeps biting my toe. And we've been streaming long enough that it's a good replay for anyone that comes in to watch this video. My final statement will come after I shill this, after I shill my channel very quickly and let you know how I feel here. So let's do it real fast. Okay. So when you have a community that goes against people that are tragedy pimping, it's important. In fact, it's necessary to put up a barrier against liars, scammers, and people that try to disguise themselves as debunkers so they can try to make money off of what's going on, who are really hardcore tragedy pimps. Anyone that is supporting these channels that have been doing this to the community this whole time, for the last 2 months or however long it's been, you are the reason why the community is in the state it is. We should be focusing on commentating, giving an opinion, and actually talking about these things that matter. Yes, if we have issues with each other, we should just talk about it. We should just handle it the right way. We shouldn't be doing the insane things you've been seeing people do so that they can have a new thing to talk about in between talking about a tragedy pimp. The drama that you support will continue, and it'll keep getting more boring, and it'll keep driving all the regular people, the massive people that really are the people who support all of the YouTubers and creators, the swath of people that float by in our community. When they come in to see this phenomenon of all of us standing up against tragedy pimping, against scams, against fraud raisers, the swath of people want to support this because everybody wants this to stop. But the minute that they see that disgusting drama and BS, they're out. Now, the good news is this is not people inside of the community attacking each other. This is a tragedy pimp. This is a tragedy pimp. This person deserves to be right up on the list next to Molly, next to Betty, next to every other tragedy pimp. And every time they try and trick you with a fake tragedy pimp exposed video, you should be angry that they are doing that they're trying to manipulate the community for their own personal gain and to try to rebuild a new persona so they can get away from the one that they trashed with racism, with the stalking and harassment, or whatever the hell it is that they did to these families. You are supporting this BS and destroying the community when you support them. So it's up to you. I'm not here anymore to play their game. I'm not here anymore to be a part of their community. I told you that the first time they attacked me and I left the community Because I tried to ask them what was wrong. What do you want? What can we do? Let's work this out. They didn't want to work this out. They wanted a drama battle. And some people, luckily not a lot, but some people supported the fact that they wanted that drama battle. Now all the people that have been supporting that drama, ironically, are staring at a tragedy pimp. But all of them are sitting there thinking that they're calling out a tragedy pimp. Oh, man. I couldn't make a meme to embody the perfect hypocrisy, irony, and embarrassment. Ooh, it feels good. Woo! All right, I'm UNIRock. Thanks for watching. I'll be back either tomorrow or the next day. Of course, like I said, I'm trying to space my streams out and put a day in between them so I can focus on editing and other production. And sometimes, a couple times a week, I'm going to be working so I can keep putting money towards, you know what, that lawsuit. So any support you give me is going straight to my lawyer. If you want to support, it's completely optional and it's just part of the show. I'm not sitting here doing what these hypocritical pimping creators are doing by running fraud raisers, fundraisers, and playing games when they make more than enough money to be able to pay for their lawyer themselves. I'm actually paying for the lawyer myself. So if you want to support me, it really helps because the channel needs supported while I'm going through this. PayPal.me/UNIRock. Money sign UNIRock on Cash App. Like, subscribe, share, and like over on UNIRock too. And I'll see you soon with this article and with a lot more insanity from the Molly Golightly Replacement Squad of Tragedy Pimps. Also, a big thank you to this video's sponsor, Casey Sutton Writes. Down in the description, you'll find a link, and if you use my link to purchase his book, excellent book, it is the novel. Remember that free prequel that you guys read, I don't even know, months and months ago? The novel's out, and it's a hit. It's at the top of the charts right now, and I think it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger because it's really good. So if you want to check it out, the link's in the description, and if you buy it through the description, we get a chunk of money to support our show. Oh, okay, so now I've thanked them. I almost forgot, and I'm glad I didn't, and I will be back.